Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Ifoma, and today we're going to be making this trending Bubu. So if you do enjoy sewing tutorials like this, then you want to be subscribed to this channel. Don't forget to leave a comment down below so I know your thoughts and suggestion. Let's jump right into this tutorial. Here are my choice of fabric. I have my lace and my Ankara fabric. The length we're going to be working with for this Bubu is 65 inches, and then we're going to be 65 inches is including the hemming allowance. So after cutting all of that, you're going to fold it like this and just lay it down so we could cut out our armhole, the pockets, and all of that. For the armhole measurement, we're going to be marking 10 inches, and for the width of the Bubu, we're going to be marking 17 inches. So because we want to create an illusion of a sleeve, we're going to be connecting our 17 inches all the way to our 10 inches like that. There's no specific method of doing this. And right now I'm moving forward to make our pocket. So the pocket is going to be inbuilt to the Bubu. We're cutting the pocket and the Bubu at the same time. So the length of this is also 17 inches, and I'm going to be marking that down and just draw out something that looks like a shaped pocket. I'm going over to mark down 8 inches over there before drawing out our pocket. Our pocket is actually 14 inches deep. So you just want to continue extending your line all the way to the bottom. After cutting all of this, we're going over to mark 1 inch at the center front. This is for us to create our neck width. And next up, I'm going to be marking 3 inches over there and connecting the 1 inch to the 3 inches. Mind you, this is cutting both the front and the back pattern together. After marking 8.5 inches over there, at the top part where we have 3 inches, we're going to be connecting that down to the 8.5 inches to create this V-shaped neckline. And we're going over with our scissors. Remember guys, you're only going to cut out first the 1 inch to the 3 inches first. Because of the way we folded the fabric, our back and our front piece are folded together. So now we're going to detach the back from the front, and this will help us cut out the V shape that we've created to the front. After cutting out the front neckline, it should look something like this. Next up, we're going to be cutting out something like this. This is just from an old this thing I made previously, an old Bubu I made, but we're going to be cutting out a fresh one for this particular Bubu. So you're going to place a new pattern paper on fold into two, like folded, and place it at the center front just like in the video, and pin this down. So you want to make sure the pattern aligns well with the fabric. Then you're going to proceed to cut out the pattern paper to the neck piece of the actual fabric. You're just basically just tracing out the neck piece of the actual fabric, and when you're done with that, you should have something that looks like this. One of the benefits of tracing this out on a pattern paper is, over time, if you're looking at going into this as a full-time business, it's good for you to trace out this on a pattern paper so you can reuse your pattern paper over and over again. So right now I'm going over to mark 2.5 inches So this is where you have to actually be creative. You don't necessarily have to use my method to design this. The only part you need to use my method is to create the neckline so that you can align this to your fabric. But when you're doing the other designs, you could like play around with it. So if you're planning on recreating this, please don't forget to give me a tag, and the link to my Instagram page is obviously going to be in the description box. Or if you don't want to tag me, you could just send it to my DM. I just want to see you guys' creation. I know most of you here are very, very talented and very, very creative. So next up, I'm just going to be extending that piece. This is because I later figured out that it wasn't going to be enough for the design I'm going for. After cutting this out successfully on my pattern paper, I'm going to repeat the same thing on my fabric, and this is what it should look like, guys. So I cut out a net illusion, and I'm going to be showing you what we're going to be using that for. I also cut out a satin fabric and the actual lace, so you can skip the part of cutting out a satin fabric if you're going to be using fabric that are not like transparent. So I'm going to be laminating my lace fabric to my satin with my hemming gum, and once we do that, I'm going to come back and show you guys what it looks like. After giving this a good press, it should look something like this, and this is where our illusion net come to place. So I'm just going to be placing this facing each other and then stitching all around, leaving out the neckline. So let's say, for instance, you're working with a different material, you're not working with a lace fabric, you're probably working with another Ankara fabric or a plain fabric. You could cut out your plain fabric, and if you don't want to use this illusion net, you could also settle for lining and just line this up. So the lining is going to replace the illusion net. So after sewing this, it should look something like this, and I'm going to be turning this inside out. Give this a good press and it should look something like this. We're moving forward to join this piece to our neckline. So what we're going to be doing is right side of the neckline piece, we've cut out the design to the wrong side of the fabric, and we're just going to pin and take this over to our sewing machine and stitch this down. So you want to be sure to snipe where necessary before flipping this inside out. To use my airstay to hold this down before going over with my sewing machine to sew this round. After doing that, it should look something like this, and our neck piece is already complete. Going back to the side, folded my hemming allowance, which is 2 inches. This is something we should have done initially, and then I'm just going to cut off the excess, as you can see over there. Next up, you want to take this to your sewing machine to sew the sides as well as weave this. Done with all of that, we're going to move forward to hem our armhole. After pinning all of that, we want to repeat the same step for the bottom hem line and take this to our sewing machine to stitch down. Here's what it looks like once we're done, but I don't really think I'm a fan of this neckline I did. I should have probably done a different design. But anyway guys, do let me know what you think in the comment section. We've come to the end of this video, so if you did enjoy this tutorial, then you want to like, comment and share with your loved ones. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.